Hi, my name is Cassandra Pindle, and today I'll be asking you who wants to be a millionaire. So the dream of being a millionaire is something we certainly all have aspired to do. And what if I told you that you could achieve that with only an investment of $200 a month? So in today's speech, that's exactly what I will be doing. Now, I know firsthand how important saving for retirement is. It is something that was part of my profession for several years. And I advise people of all ages, all socioeconomic backgrounds, on a proper way to save for their own retirement. So in today's speech, I will show you how compounding interest can be your best friend. I will show you why our generation, Generation Y, is facing unprecedented changes versus our parents and grandparents. And finally, I will lay out the exact reasons why you need to start saving for retirement sooner rather than later. So first thing I'm going to talk about is compounding interest. Now, according to Investopedia, compounding interest is your money snowballing upon itself. So what that means is, let's say you have a $1,000 initial investment at, let's say, 8% interest. At the end of that first year, your $1,000 will be worth $1,080. Now, next year, that 8% interest is not going to be on $1,000, but you're going to earn 8% interest on $1,080. So if you can put money in the bank, not touch it, over years your interest will compound upon itself. Now, a good way to know how much money you will need to save is by following the rule of 72. Now, what the rule of 72 is, it's a rule that helps you figure out how long it will take you to get your sum of money to double. So now the way you calculate that is, let's say you have, again, $1,000 and it's paying you 8% interest. What you would do is take 72, divide it by your interest rate, which in our case is 8, and then you will find out that in 9 years, your $1,000 will double to $2,000. So it's kind of a good tool to know about and to kind of help you with compounding interest. Another way compounding interest will help you is it'll help hedge against inflation. Now, what inflation is the buying power that your dollar has. Now, currently our rate of inflation is 1.5%. Now, what that means is today what $100 will buy you next year will only be worth about $98.50. So if you can take advantage of compounding interest earlier, your money will kind of snowball, save more, and you will be able to beat the rate of inflation. So why haven't you heard about all this before? The reason is our generation is different than all other previous generations. Number one, we're not going to have the access to Social Security. Now, the reason why that's going to happen, or there's 3 reasons why that's not going to be available for us. Number one, the baby boomers, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they were all born in the 40s, right after the Depression. They're all retiring now. So the Social Security system is having more people take money from it than ever before. On the opposite end of that, our unemployment rate is very high. So not only do we have the people taking more money, but we have less people putting money into Social Security. And the third reason is that people are living longer. So the same person that would retire at 65 and only draw out of Social Security until they were 80, now is living to 90 or 95 years old. So you got people living longer than they used to. You have more people taking money out and less people putting money in. Experts have said that we will probably run out of Social Security funds by 2040, so we should not rely on that. Another reason that our generation is different is many employers these days do not offer pensions. Now, some industries still do that, but the vast majority do not. So no pension, no Social Security. Our generation really does have to rely on our own savings so that we can have a carefree retirement. But all hope is not lost. The earlier you start to save, the more money you will amass. Now, using information I gathered from 360financialliteracy.org, I'm going to show you in a quick illustration how that works. So we have 2 columns here. One person starting to save at 20 and the other a person starting to save at 30 years old. So I'm in the 30-year-old category, so I'm going to start here. So I'm 30, I'm going to start saving money. Okay, I'm going to keep saving. until I'm 65 regularly. I'm going to put $200 per month into a retirement savings account. $200 a month from the time I'm 30 till the time I retire. At the end, when I'm 65, I will have amassed at 8% interest $458,776, which is pretty cool, which is great. But on the other hand, if you start saving when you're 20, $200 a month. Now what's that? One less night out per month, 2 less video games that you buy, whatever, $200 a month, that's it. From the time you're 20, when you're ready to retire at 65, you will have over doubled what I have amassed, and you will have $1,054,908. So there you are, you're a millionaire, and that's only just for starting only 10 years earlier than I did. Just so you know how much contributing wise, a 20-year-old will have contributed $108,000 to get this million. The 30-year-old would have contributed $84,000 to get their $458,000. So start saving earlier. So in conclusion, hopefully I was able to teach you a little bit about why saving retirement is so important, why you should start saving earlier, and how compounding interest really is your best friend. I've also hopefully have shed some light on how our generation is so different and how you need to change what you're doing and make it different than what your parents are doing, because it's not going to be the same and you're not going to have the same benefits your parents have had. And finally, hopefully I've given you some insight on how you can achieve early retirement by starting to save early as possible. So with a little bit of forward thinking on your part, and if you can wrap your head around it, hopefully we will all be in the Millionaires Club sometime very soon.